Welcome to Celebrity Reports, the place where we dive deep into the fascinating world of celebrities and uncover the stories behind the headlines. The horrible tragedy of marvelous Marvin Hagler is just heartbreaking. Marvin Hagler was more than a champion in the ring. He was a symbol of power, discipline, and quiet confidence. He wasn't just a fighter. He was a figure of inspiration who rose from humble beginnings to earn global respect. But what many fans never knew is that behind his composed exterior and iron will, Hagler carried burdens that few ever saw. His story, though filled with victory, is also marked by pain, solitude, and a series of events that many close to him describe as quietly devastating. After retiring from boxing in 1987, Marvin vanished from the spotlight faster than most expected. Though he claimed peace in leaving the sport behind, those closest to him knew it wasn't that simple. Hagler had always dreamed of a farewell bout, one final contest on his own terms, but the controversy surrounding his last match with Sugar Ray Leonard left him disillusioned and frustrated. In private, he often replayed the fight and the decision, not out of bitterness, but because he genuinely believed something had been taken from him. According to his longtime friend and former trainer, there were nights Hagler would sit alone in his home theater, watching old fights in complete silence, fists clenched. The years that followed saw Hagler move to Italy, where he sought peace and a fresh start. Though he found some comfort in acting and local community work, a deep sense of isolation crept in. He missed his children back in the US but didn't often say it aloud. One of his sons, Brandon, shared in a rare interview that Marvin often wrote letters he never sent, pages filled with advice, stories, and reflections. He wanted to say so much, Brandon said, but he just didn't know how anymore. Then came the sudden health issues. Marvin, known for his nearly indestructible frame during his boxing days, began experiencing troubling symptoms in his mid-60s. At first he brushed them off, chalking them up to aging. But soon he struggled with balance, then memory. Medical visits gave few clear answers, and for someone who built a life around control and discipline, the uncertainty was deeply unsettling. As his condition worsened, Hagler withdrew even further from public life. Close friends say he became obsessed with old notebooks he had kept during his training years. They were filled with quotes, goals, and detailed notes from each fight. It was as though he was trying to reconnect with a version of himself he feared was slipping away. He wasn't just mourning his body, one friend said. He was mourning the man he used to be. In the final year of his life, Marvin wrote a personal account meant to be published privately for his family. In it, he shared not only his achievements but also his regrets. He wished he had spent more time with his kids during the peak of his career. He wished he hadn't let pride distance him from people who loved him. But most of all, he wished he had allowed himself to feel more joy in the moment. When news of his passing reached the world, fans everywhere mourned the loss of a legend. But those who knew him best were grieving something deeper. The quiet battle he fought alone, long after the crowd stopped cheering. His legacy as a fighter is secure, but the untold story of Marvin Hagler's later years paints a portrait of a man who gave everything to his craft and spent the rest of his life trying to find himself again. It's a reminder that even the strongest among us carry silent struggles, and that true strength isn't always found in how hard we hit, but in how honestly we live.